right, so I wanted to give a little book report about how to copy and paste Brilliance. This is by Brian K. Nabors, and he really goes into detail about, some really unique writing that you can't really find in many other books. And he's certified, he's a NLP life coach, motivational speaker, has a couple degrees, so he really breaks it down about an owner's manual for the brain. And he kind of goes into this notion that, as a kid, as a child, you're really just copy and pasting what you see. You're imitating and you're learning that way. And so he kind of goes into that a little bit about, how your brain works as a child. But I have a couple excerpts that I want to kind of go over that really struck me when I was reading. It was like pretty profound stuff, and so I'm going to touch on 3 of those. And I really can't recommend the book enough. It's a quick read. It's easy to read, but some of the concepts, you could really meditate on those and think about those for a while. So here he says, learning about your thinking process moves you towards higher potential and gives you a more complete understanding of what and why what we do. Woo! Think about that. Just thinking about our learning process. That is something I feel like you could spend many, many moons thinking about and going over, and it's just incredible. So here's another point that he makes about, when you encounter a negative or what may be a negative situation. In his case, he's talking about a crowded subway train. So he says, the point I'm trying to make is I could have taken this as a negative experience, but instead I tried to make it a positive. So he really goes back to this default setting that we likely have, about other people in certain situations. And he says, I could have let the smell of alcohol on some of the fans are on the train, upset me. I could have let the fact of not being able to find a seat upset me, but I didn't. I didn't go with any of these options. Instead, I chose to enjoy the moment of excitement for what it was, and then it was gone, as if they all got off on their stop. And I think that's just so powerful how he changed his mindset, and then it became a positive experience and time flew by. So deep. So my last one, and again, the book is really scattered with these, and I'm just bringing some that really struck me. But I could probably read this book again and again for a 3rd or 4th time, and I could find a lot more. And I'm very interested in what different readers find, because it's one of those books that it's not apparent what it's about on the surface at all. It really is a deep subject matter, and he really goes into it. So for my last one, little motivation. It says, your long-term goals should have short-term goals to make the achievement of long-term goals more attainable. That may seem like a very obvious statement, and he breaks it down a little bit more into long-term goals and motivation, because really nothing is more important than motivation. So that's his final chapter there. And breaking down your long-term goals into short-term goals is going to get you a lot further, and it's going to make it everything more attainable, and you're going to achieve those long-term goals that you set out to do. So thank you, Brian. A great book, and I'm ready for number 2. Excited for the next one. Thanks for watching.